Warm welcome you all to channel Meet MIT, that is Math is Tricky.
Today I am going to share some ideas about how to find derivative of trigonometric function by first principle or by definition. So let's see the solution for today. Let's start with this problem: derivative of sin x by first principle or maybe by definition. Okay, so how do we solve this? Solution for this, we'll write like this: let y equals fx equals sin x. Always consider the given function as y. Then right here, let delta x be a small increment in x and delta y be corresponding increment in y. Okay, then we can write here y plus delta y equals f of x plus delta x, or we can write delta y equals f of x plus delta x minus y, or we can write delta y equals f of x plus delta x. Means simply we'll replace x by x plus delta x in given function. Okay, so it will be simply sin x plus delta x minus y is sin x. Now what we can do here, we can use here sin c minus sin d formula. So let's write that. So it will be simply delta y equals 2 cos c plus d by 2, and then sin c minus d by 2. So what we are getting here after this, if we simplify this, so this is cos 2 cos 2x plus delta x by 2, and it is simply here x and x cancel, so we'll get here sin delta x by 2. This is the value of delta y. Now let's simplify it to get our final answer. So after this videos, now by definition we can write here by definition dy by dx equals limit delta x tends to 0 delta y by delta x, and if we substitute the value of delta y, we'll get here limit delta x tends to 0, delta y is here 2 cos 2x plus delta x by 2 into sin delta x by 2 by delta x is there. Let me rub and write the remaining part here. So we can write here or dy by dx equals limit delta x tends to 0. Now see here, this is not going to give 0, so we will not change for this. Simply if we put here delta x equals 0, this will be sin 0, 0 means 0, and delta x is 0, 0 by 0, so we will write like this: 2 cos 2x plus delta x by 2, and for second term delta x by 2 sin delta x by 2, we'll write like this: 2 into delta x by 2. So that we'll get 1 for this, and now 2 and 2 cancel, so that we'll be getting here limit delta x tends to 0, and now remaining is cos 2x plus delta x by 2, and if you put delta x equals 0, so we'll get here cos 2x by 2, that is cos x. We can, so our final answer is here d by dx of sin x is cos x. Okay, that's our answer. Hope you understood this. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel and share among your friends. Now let me do another problem for you. Let's find a derivative of now cos x by first principle. Okay, so the second question is here. Next question for you. Let's simplify this. Okay, so as before, you can write here. Let me clear this and okay. So next question. Let's solve this. So solution. Let here as before y equals fx equals cos x. Okay, so you can copy the language from previous video. Now after that we can write here then delta y plus y equals f of x plus delta x, or we can write here delta y equals f of x plus delta x minus y, or we can write delta y equals f of x plus delta x means cos x plus delta x minus cos x. And now if we simplify further, we'll be getting here delta y equals, now let's use formula of cos c minus cos d, so that we'll get here 2 sin c plus d by 2 and sin d minus c by 2, so x minus x plus delta x by 2, x and x cancel, so what we get here, or the value of delta y is 2 sin 2x plus delta x by 2, and then it is here sin minus delta x. Okay, so now after this, what do we do here is here, let me write here and solve it for you. So by definition we can write here, by definition the value of dy by dx equals how much? Dy by dx equals limit delta x tends to 0 delta y by delta x. Let's put the value of delta y. So we'll be getting here limit delta x tends to 0, delta y is 2 sin 2x plus delta x by 2 and sin minus delta x by here minus delta x by 2, delta x by 2 and whole divide delta x. Now this is not going to give 0, so we'll not change this now, but this will give 0 by 0, that is indeterminate form. So just to balance this right here, minus delta x by 2 into minus 2, so that we can use this as 1. Okay, so this 2 and 2 cancel, so what we'll get here, dy by dx equals minus sin 2x plus, put delta x at 0, so it will be 0 by 2, that is, so 2 and 2 cancel, so we'll be getting here minus sin x. That means, therefore we can write here derivative of cos x is here minus sin x. That's your answer. Hope you understood this. And if you understood, if you have any confusion, please write your confusion in comment, and please share this video among your friends so that they can learn and boost up their mathematics. So that as before, we'll start like this. So let y equals fx equals 10x, and then write the language, and for that you can see my previous video. You can see my previous video. Now then it will be y plus delta y equals limit, so f of x plus delta x, or we can write delta y equals f of x plus delta x minus y, or we can write here delta y equals tan x plus delta x minus tan x, and this can be further simplified as, let's change tan into sine and cos, so it will be here sine x plus delta x by cos x plus delta x minus sine x by cos x. Now after this, let's take LCM, so that delta y will be sine x plus delta x cos x minus cos x plus delta x times sine x by cos x plus delta x and cos x. Okay, so now what we can see here, the numerator goes in formula, so let's write down formula for numerator, so that we'll be getting here, this is sine a cos b minus cos a sine b, so we can write here delta y equals sine a minus b whole divide cos x plus delta x times cos x, and this can be written as, so now x and x cancel, so that it is here sine delta x by cos x plus delta x and cos x. Now we'll write by definition, we have dy by dx equals limit delta x tends to 0 delta y by delta x, and if we substitute the value of delta y, we'll get limit delta x tends to 0 delta y is here simply sine delta x by, okay, so it is here cos x plus delta x cos x and delta x. So now this will be giving 1, so we'll have just limit delta x tends to 0 1 by cos x plus delta x times cos x. Now let's put the value of delta x at 0, so it will be here simply 1 by cos x and cos x, that is derivative of tan x is simply 1 by cos means 1 by cos square x, that is sec square x, that is your answer. This is the derivative of tan x, and just I have explained how to find derivative of tan x by first principle or by definition. So answer is here sec square x. Let me do another problem for you. Now in this video I'll be solving another problem for you. Let's find derivative of sec x. Okay, sec x. How to find derivative of sec x by first principle. Okay, the same thing. Let's start in the same way. Solution. Let y equals fx equals sec x. Okay, so after that write the language from my previous video, you can go and watch that. So then after that it will be y plus delta y equals f of x plus delta x. We can write here f of x plus delta x means sec x plus delta x y equals sec x plus delta x minus sec x. Okay, so now what we can do here in this case, let's change sec into cos and take LCM. Delta y equals 1 by cos x plus delta x minus 1 by cos x, and if we take LCM we'll be getting here cos x minus cos x plus delta x by cos x plus delta x times cos x. Now after this we'll use CD formula in numerator, that's right here, or delta y equals cos c minus cos d formula, so it is here simply 2 sine c plus d by 2, c plus d by 2, and sine d minus c by 2, so d minus c by 2, and whole d by d is there, cos x plus delta x times cos x, and if we simplify, this x and x cancel, so what is the remaining? We have the value of delta y as 2, this is sine 2x plus delta x by 2 sine delta x by 2. Now we can write here sec x plus delta x, because 1 by cos is sec x and 1 by cos is here sec x. Okay, now by definition we can write here, by definition dy by dx equals limit delta x tends to 0 delta y by delta x. Now let's substitute the value of delta y. Delta x tends to 0, the value of delta y is here, so we can write simply this as here 2 sine 2x plus delta x by 2, then sine delta x by 2, then sec x plus delta x into sec x, and then whole divide delta x. So now I'm trying to use the formula, so let's balance this by 2 into 2, this 2 and 2 cancel, now this 2 will be giving 1, sin theta by theta is 1. So what we can write here, let me write here. Now after this we can write the remaining part is here dy by dx equals limit delta x tends to 0. Let me write the remaining here, so simply it is here sine 2x plus delta x by 2, another is sec x plus delta x, and then sec x. Now if we put here delta x as 0, so we'll be getting here simply we'll be getting as simply it is 1 here, this is 1, so what we are getting sine 2x, this is 0, 2x by 2, then sec x and sec x. So now let me simplify it further to get the final answer, so it will be here sine x, then sec x means 1 by cos x. Now for this we can write here sec x into sine by cos means tan x. So answer is here derivative of sec x is sec x tan x. Hope you understood this, and if you have any confusion please write it Please write your confusion in comment box. Please share your confusion so that I can help you to get rid of your confusion. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you like this video. Please do share this video with your friends, in your circle, in your social media, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much. God bless you.